still a filmmaker. Just take a little bit of break and I've written these books, but I'm still a filmmaker. A lot of people have started looking at me as a filmmaker because I've been writing these books, and I will not disappoint you. I'll be making a film very soon. So I'm actually not graduated. I'm still in that process, and I'm still finding my feet. Now that I've written 4 books, I think I can call myself a writer. You know, but in my head, I'm still a filmmaker. So somehow, when people say he's a writer, I say, but I'm a filmmaker. You know, then I still haven't graduated in my head. I just sit down and write some stories, and they get printed. So I'm lucky, I guess.
So do you visualize in words or images?
I absolutely in words. And, I don't even write. I don't have, my system is I don't actually type myself. I have a person who's a typist, like my assistant who types for me. I just read out my sentences which form in my head, and then comes the book. He's not come today, but he's been thanked in the book. Yeah, he's my assistant.
Is your medium?
Yeah, his fingers, my head. Yeah. Thank you.
Vidya, coming to you, where does crime fiction rate in your list of reading habit? Was crime fiction or thriller find a pride of place in your shelves when you were a young teenager, along with Vincent Boons and other stuff?
Firstly, good evening everyone. Congratulations, Piyush. Joy, I read a lot of Ken Follett, so that is crime fiction, right? And I was obsessed. Anytime we were traveling, I would pick up a Ken Follett because then I wouldn't need to sleep until I finished the book. I would just keep reading. So Ken Follett was one of my favorites. I've read some others, but they've not stuck for some reason or the other. And then I think over the years I've begun to enjoy reading, what we call thriller scripts, which is basically crime fiction. And that's how I met Piyush also. And he brought a script to me that I thought was fabulous. Let's see what happens in that. But and then he told me about this book. I said, I'd love to read it. So he sent me 3 chapters. And I think that's very unfair. Because he sent me 3 chapters and I was wanting to know what's happening.
I just wanted to keep her in suspense.
Yeah. So I said, you know what? I'll come to the launch if I have to. But I want to know what's happening. So I think he was just forced to invite me. No, I'm kidding. And then he asked me if I'd launch it, and that's how I'm here. But yeah, so I think my relationship or my liking for crime fiction is slowly growing.
You starred in one of the rare suspense thrillers in popular cinema. When we really look at suspense crime thrillers in popular cinema, we don't find them. We had it way back, which would qualify as a suspense thriller. We had Julie much before that. Is it very few and far between? They often say in Indian cinema that when it comes to suspense thrillers and crime fiction, they want to reveal the identity of the villain earlier. Otherwise, the audience does not have patience for that kind of suspense. What's your take on that?
I think, when the villain isn't revealed very early, that has its own charm also. For example, I can only think of Sholay where Gabbar, it's not a crime thriller, but I'm just saying his entry happens much later in the film, but the legend of Gabbar grabs you much before you see Gabbar. So that's one way of doing it. But I think for example, in this book, I'm enjoying getting into the head of the serial killer.
Still.
We all want to believe that criminals, people who are, deviant personalities, there is some kind of reason for the way they've turned out. So, in a sense, I'm very grateful that he's first introduced us to that, and then he'll take us into the crimes of this guy.
I finished the book in close to 7 hours. I finished the book. Yeah.
Because he's in Bombay. You were in Calcutta.
7 hours.
Yesterday, I came to him only yesterday.
And I couldn't put it down. Right? It was riveting. It was very dark, and sometimes mercilessly morbid. Where does that come from? I mean, I know it doesn't reflect your personality. Either the darkness nor the morbidity. So,
I don't want my wife to say anything. Please keep quiet.
So when you write something like this,
Still.
very important.
Narendra.
Your imagination, is it fascination for crime and dark edges of human personality, or is it because you do feel that this is something that not many people are attempting, so you feel compelled to do it?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think everybody has a dark side. You know? Everybody's got a dark side, and I think my dark side is on steroids, but because the minute I start tapping into it, all this stuff happens. Like these stories come in my head. I don't know. I think it's Mumbai or something. I grew up out there, maybe because I just don't know where it comes from. But I just focus and I start thinking about these deadly stories. And I don't know. I always look at some crazy aspect of things, like on the road. What if a car came and blew up right in front of me? What would happen? So the what if of life is can take you on this journey of how you catch or resolve or kind of bring that story to an end. So I involve you in the idea of that person. And in this case also I want to kind of, like you said, get you into the mind of the serial killer and then take you along. And since you read the book, you have a different idea of how I've done it.
I was quite fascinated by the form that you picked up in this book. You wrote it like your antagonist in this book writes it like a diary. But the diary she's writing, the information and the knowledge that she's putting, she's piecing together from the diary of the other antagonist. I call both of them antagonists because both are very history. Yeah? It's like a diary within a diary. Whether in nice or say free person or this thing. You went into that particular form, which was quite interesting because it at the same time gives an objectivity to the way you live. So why choose this one?
So you know what, like Vidya, even in Kahani, you all did the same thing. Basically, the idea is to flip the character, Sometimes you look at the character as a positive light and suddenly you start looking at the character in the end, like in Kahani. The whole understanding of everything changes. So my thing is that I keep doing that throughout my book. Like, you don't know who is the antagonist and who is the protagonist. Even though one person might be a police person, the other person might be a serial killer, you don't know who is the good person, who is the bad person till it all gets resolved. And that's my idea, because that's what life is all about. Sometimes we're good, sometimes we're bad. Police people are good, police people are bad. Criminals are good, criminals are bad. That's how it keeps,
In this book, for example, both the characters are fated to follow a certain direction. A certain circumstances which are heaped on them, and they take a certain direction. Or one person is redeemable because she has guilt, whereas the other person doesn't suffer from guilt, and therefore seems like not redeemable.
But at the end, so that you'll have to read the book to get the answer to that. I don't want to answer that. But Vidya, what he's saying is that there is the character of the police lady who actually, Nancy Prasad, who actually looks very much like you. So I'm just giving a hint. She behaves also very much like you. You could be her. Hint. No. So there is this the idea of a police woman who has a dark past. I think that to me fascinated me the most. And then I looked at the dark man and I said, who is the darker one of them all? Is the police woman the darker person, or is the serial killer the darker person? So that's the question that I keep, throwing at the reader. And in the end, perhaps I answered it. I don't know whether I answered it. It depends on the reader, perspective of the reader.
When I read it, I was imagining a film playing out. So now that you've suggested this, maybe we should all take the cue and do something about it. I know it's a mere coincidence that for the first time I'm playing a cop in a film called Teen, which I'm shooting for in Kolkata, when Piyush called me with regard to the book, and then when I read it, I knew about Maitri Prasad, who's also a cop, and I said, you know, everything's just falling into place.
How the heroes they play cops in many movies, even the heroines can do that. It's allowed.
The lady with the gun.
Inspector Vijay, Amitabh Bachchan.
Vidya, I was just thinking that Piyush's things moving out of his crime fiction to into cinema. But where do you think he failed when it comes to not getting into enough fiction or literature as they have age? Whereas cinema, why do we have directors creating their own stories about ideas where you actually have only organic
Yeah, we have, you know, such a legacy of you know, literary works that we must tap into. But I do think increasingly people are filming books, novels. So, but I don't know why it hasn't caught on as a trend. I would think it's a much easier route to take than, you know, actually put in the effort yourself to you know, write a story. But it's interesting to know that a lot of books, book rights are now being bought, and people are, yeah. So I think it's a good time now.
It's true. I have my friends, Ravi Subramaniam, Mahendra Jadhav, the books have been bought. The rights have been bought for movies. Mine too, my books. So yeah, that's a trend that is happening. People are sort of moving. I have a lot of writer friends. Sulekha is there. Reha, both they are creating such great movies. You know, so thank you very much for coming here.
No, I also think a lot of our, you know, people don't know how to adapt a lot of our classical literary works. That's most often we ended up making period films around those classics based on those classics. You know, contemporary literature is only now being there.
Really, because you know we have stories
Yeah.
and they are written.
And a lot of films that have been based on books have been extremely successful.
Your first major
Pretty
feature
that
film,
was-
that was adapted
Yeah.
from a book because adapting books is kind of so. How was your experience with that? You must have read the book and the script.
I actually read a translated version of Parinita before I read the script. Or rather, I read the script first and then I read the translated version. And it's interesting because what they did is, even though we were making it as a period film, they adapted it to or within a certain period. So that defined a lot of goings on in the film, which I think was very interesting. Otherwise, I haven't really. I've read a couple of, for example, I read what is it? Which name of that book? 5 Point Summer. 5 Point Summer.
1 night in 5 Point Summer.
No, 5 Point Summer before it got made into a book. So, you know.
I'm just kidding.
So that's the only experience as far as reading a book and then seeing it translated into script.
Now this is a serious question, Piyush. When I read the book, I found that you were expressing a lot of empathy for the character which would be taken as the evil incarnate. More than his actions, you were actually delving into the way his mind is working, where he's coming from, and I felt compelled to protect him. Now, when you have so much empathy for an antagonist, the evildoer, does that somehow hamper with the objectivity of both the writer and the reader?
You know what? I'm actually a graduate in psychology, and I've ever since I was in college, I have empathy for people who are mentally ill, and I've always held, and it's borne out that mental health in India is something which is not really looked at in its all its seriousness. In fact, just yesterday there was an article in the DNA that 6.5% of the Indian population is mentally ill and serious mental illnesses. Okay, So, to me, what happens is that, and I mentioned that in my afterword, that what happens is when there is some mentally ill person, you kind of, in your family, you kind of, push that person away, never talk about that person out in the open, and sort of look at it as some kind of a blight that has come onto your family, etc. That's our tradition. Culturally, we are very, intolerant towards that. So my empathy will always be towards a person who is mentally ill. And I believe that a serial killer has also got a mental health problem and a mental illness. So my question is, when there is a person who is evil, acts are evil, is it because he is an evil person or is it because he is ill? We need to examine that. So, and that is basically a global phenomenon. People have been examining it all around the world, whether serial killers are actually bad people or they need our help. So that's the tack that I've taken. Of course, having said all this stuff, I write it inside a thrilling story, but that's like the underlying, takeaway from the book.
Vidya, as an actress, if you're given a character which is dark and desperate, I mean, from your numerous point of view, you would hate that character. But when you're playing it, would you get emotionally sucked into it and start subjectively justifying it, or would you still retain your objectivity as a human being?
I comfortably say that it's only now that I'm actually willing, maybe I'm ready to delve into my dark side as an actor. So far, there were scripts where there were characters I was uncomfortable with, which were inherently dark. I would just shy away from them. It's something, obviously, I guess it's called growth and evolution. That I now feel ready to delve into that side of my personality because I know it exists there. When I'm playing the character, I'm not sure I require that objectivity. I haven't played that kind of dark character so far, so I don't know how I really work within that. But having said that, with every other character, when I'm really playing a character, I'm really invested in her. At that time, I really believe in everything that she does. So I lack objectivity at that time, which I think is fine. As long as when I come back to my children, if I'm playing a serial killer, I'm not going to. Yeah.
No method in that.
Hopefully.
Piyush.
Women are easier targets for serial killers. Of course, and that's sad. It's really sad. But they are. Cyanide Mallika was a. So there have been a case of few women, but mostly it is. Another book. Actually, can we have the Q&A before? If there's any questions before, because I know that once we open this, then this will be.
Are there any questions?
Kindly do bear with us. Just a couple of questions and then we'll wrap it up.
Please.
Any question? Kindly raise your hand. We'll take it.
Thank you. Sulekha Vajpayee. Yeah, I have actually. So
there's a
lot
film also done by Sri Ram.
Yeah, he did it's a diploma film which he did long back.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I did study that, and so he's the more known serial killer of that day. And Otto Shankar, and there are a few others. Beer Man, the Stone Man and stuff like that. They have it. So many. But mine was like a very unique serial killer.
Completely fictional.
Yeah.
One more question.
Please.
About the name Rakshas. When Rakshas, we think about Rakshas, Ravan comes to our mind. Rakshas. So I just want to know what prompted you to.
There's a thank you for asking me that question. There's a very important reason why but I cannot reveal it to you. You have to read the book to understand why I have used that title. And it's very important. Very important. Thank you for asking. Ravi Subramanian, best-selling author. He would like to ask a question. He will always ask questions.
Thank you, Ravi, for joining us this evening.
Piyush, a couple of questions. Quick one. One, it's very intriguing
And who's the model? By Piyush Jha, which comes to you published by Westland. Thank you very much Vidya Balan, Joyce and Gupta for taking us through this evening. And on behalf of Crossword, a big thank you once again extended to each one of you for joining us this evening, for making it a very special book release for Piyush Jha and for Westland. Congratulations Piyush, all the very best for Rakshas India's #1 series, soon to be a major motion picture. Those of you who would be interested in getting a copy of the book, kindly note, copies of the book Rakshas is not available in the store. Those of you who would like to make a purchase, kindly do the booking of your copies. The copies will be personalized by the author Piyush and delivered to you. Do bear with us.
जय महाराष्ट्र सर शिल्पी कोई पूछ नहीं दिया इन लोग ने अरे पूछा क्या इन लोग आगे अपने लोगों को एक आईडी की मेरे को सख्त जरूरत है मैं उस आईडी के चक्कर में आ रहा हूँ शिल्पी मैडम अजय ओ मैडम जरा साइड दे मेरे को जाने दे मैं जा रहा हूँ मेरे को नहीं चलो विद्या जी 16 दीजिए विद्या 16 विद्या जी जबरदस्ती
मिलेगा मिलेगा सबको
हाथ सब ये देख में आ रहे मिलेगा शिल्पी फोटो मिलेगा
Picking a copy, please note copies are not available in the store. Your copies, which will be personalized by the author and delivered to you in a couple of weeks.
बुक के साथ अरे छोड़ ना बुक यार बुक क्या बात है बड़ी दादा मेरा आप तो बाहर आदमी है मजा आ गया भाई मैं बहुत बुरी तरह फंसा हुआ मेरे को आईडी करने का दिमाग की वहाँ मत चलता विद्या बालन जी सामने खड़ी हुई है तुम्हारे चक्कर में निकल जाएंगे तिवारी जी नौकरी खा जाएंगे मेरी चलो भाई विद्या दा हाँ सर एक मिनट हाँ जी विद्या मैम अरे तो राइट में चाहते वाले यहाँ प्लीज यार शिल्पी क्या बात है लड़की एक मिनट रुक जाओ आराम से अरे यार एक मैं कैमरा शांति ओके विद्या सबसे इस किताब के लॉन्च के अलावा कोई और वजह मुंबई आने की कोई सेलिब्रेशन भी है शायद थोड़े से
अरे वाह आपको याद है
याद है
पर मैं यहाँ नहीं रहूँगी सेलिब्रेशन के लिए बैंगलोर में रहूँगी मैं उस दिन किसी काम के सिलसिले में ही जा रही हूँ बैंगलोर पर ब्रेक मिला क्योंकि कुछ और काम था एड फिल्म्स की शूट थी तो मैंने पहले ही शुजॉय से कह दिया था कि कुछ दिन मुझे बीच में चाहिए इसीलिए मैं आई हूँ और आई तो ये मौका मिला क्योंकि जैसे मैंने बताया कि मैंने फर्स्ट 3 चैप्टर्स पढ़े राक्षस के और मुझे जानना था कि आगे क्या होता है तो मैं आ गई
थैंक यू वेरी मच उसके अलावा 3 अमित जी सुजय घोष और आप कहानी फिर से दोहराई जाएगी
और नवाज ये कहानी नहीं है पर ऑफ कोर्स 3 की कहानी बहुत अलग है और मज़ा आ रहा है फिर से कोलकाता में मैं शूटिंग कर रही हूँ और बहुत सारे लोग टीम में वही हैं जो कहानी पर भी काम कर चुके हैं तो मज़ा आ रहा है और
शुजॉय के साथ तो हमेशा मज़ा आता है. मिस्टर बच्चन है, नवाज़ है. आई एक्चुअली लव शूटिंग देयर.
ओके, अब कुछ अगर बता सके अपने किरदार की, टू अर्ली टू टॉक अबाउट बट स्टिल और क्या आप मानती हैं कलकत्ता दुर्गा माँ वो सब लकी है आपके लिए?
वो सब मुझे नहीं पता. फिल्म अगर अच्छी होती है तो खुद ब खुद लकी बन जाती है. पर मेरे ख्याल से हम बस अच्छी फिल्म बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं और फिलहाल बहुत मज़ा आ रहा है काम के वक्त. मैं एक कॉप प्ले कर रही हूँ और उसके अलावा मैं कुछ और नहीं बता पाऊँगी. पर ये एक स्पेशल अपीयरेंस है जो मैं कर रही हूँ फिल्म में. मैंने but I was excited about doing it because it's a fabulous script. It's a chance to shoot again in Kolkata, Mr. बच्चन और नवाज़ के साथ और शुजॉय के साथ फिर से. तो
Last question, please.
मैं इतने अच्छे लेखक हैं, मुझे लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. मैं तो यही उम्मीद करती हूँ कि वो मेरे लिए बहुत अच्छे स्क्रिप्ट्स लिखें जिसे मैं इंटरेस्टिंग किरदार लिखे जिन्हें मैं निभा पाऊँ. पर मैं लिख नहीं सकती.
ओके, आप क्या ये जो कॉप आप प्ले कर रही हैं जो अमूमन हम देखते हैं कमर्शियल सिनेमा में जिस तरह का होता है दबंग,
वो सब नहीं बताऊंगी मैं.
Thank you so much. Thank you.